Hi friends, I'm Chris with Happy Tails Pet Care. I'm an Animal Behavior College certified dog trainer, and we're here to talk about a few activities that you can do at home to keep your dog entertained during the current state of the world. It's very likely that right now, hey bud, it's very likely that right now you are working from home and your dog is home thinking, wait a minute, my human's home, but we're not playing, we're not running around, we're not doing anything cool. They're just sitting there in front of the computer. And it's very easy for dogs to get bored in a lifestyle like that. So I'm just gonna give you a few little tips on things you can, gear you can purchase and things you can do at home to keep your dog mentally stimulated and also keep up with their physical exercise needs. I guess first we'll talk about the indoor activities you can perform. There is a certain tool that, you know, Happy Tails is not sponsored by them or anything, but it's a product I do believe in, and it's called a Kong. And I'm sure you've seen this, if you're a dog owner, you've seen this in many different places. And they come in many different shapes and sizes to fit the need of different kinds of dogs. A lot of people put peanut butter in them, give them to the dog, and then the dog is finished with them in about 3 to 4 minutes. But it's more likely that you need a little bit longer than that. So instead of peanut butter, I recommend you grab a can of wet food, of your dog's favorite wet food, stuff it in the Kong by the spoonful and fill it up all the way. Put the Kong in a Ziploc baggie and stick that in your freezer overnight. The next day, you're going to have a frozen treat for your dog that will keep them entertained for, I don't know, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. The point is that it takes a lot longer to get the frozen wet food out than the peanut butter. They're going to lick up the peanut butter within 5 minutes. You can actually use that as a reward for a lot of training as well. It should keep your dog entertained and keep them from getting too bored inside the house. Another product that I recently discovered, it's called a snuffle mat, and this is kind of an activity mat for your dog that comes with many different textures, puzzles, and toys kind of embedded into it. And you can pick these up online or most likely at your nearest pet supply retailer. And the idea is that you can put treats in this thing in all of its different folds and mazes and puzzles, and just let your dog be entertained playing with that for, you know, however long it takes them to get all the treats out. It encourages them to use their nose to find the treats, and just overall provides a lot of mental stimulation, and mental stimulation is just as important as physical exercise for your dog. If for whatever reason you can't pick up any of this gear, there are ways that you can do it yourself at home. A snuffle mat, for example, is something you can make with an old blanket. All you have to do is look up instructions on how to do it online. You can also create a muffin tin puzzle, and we'll leave some links down in the description below so that you can see how to make these things at home. It's just a matter of getting a little creative and coming up with new and fun ways for your dog to be entertained. So that's the indoor activities that you can perform with your dog. Let's talk about outdoor activities. You can pick up, and actually this doubles as an indoor-outdoor toy. This is called a teaser pole, and it comes with, you know, a little guy down here, and it squeaks, and it's typically pretty good at getting their attention. But you can take this out to the park and just, every dog has the need to chase. They have that prey drive, and you can take this out to the park and, hey bud, play with this instead. Oh, he likes the stick better. Sometimes you have your stick lovers. They just like the stick, and that's okay. Yeah. But this little guy's pretty good, pretty useful. Also, as a reward for training, I can use this to give cues and then just reward by tossing the toy at them. So I think this was only $10 or so. So you can pick one of these up online or at your local pet supply retailer. And lastly, I don't want you to ever underestimate the power of fetch. Just teaching your dog a consistent game of fetch can be extremely beneficial. It also takes the least amount of effort for you, because all you have to do is toss the ball and they go chase it and bring it back for you. So if you have any questions on how to teach your dog the game of fetch, because it is a behavior, it can be taught, I recommend you look up some resources online. There's a ton of videos and tutorials on how to do it. Good boy. The last thing I want to recommend is, well, now you probably have a lot of time on your hands. So now is a better time than ever to get into basic obedience. And that's a great way to keep your dog busy and entertained. Hey, Beckett's really bored right now, so he's like, I'm gonna dig and do all these other things because I'm out here and I can. But you know, just teaching basic obedience can help you keep your dog mentally stimulated and help you just create a positive and trusting bond with your best friend. So why not start basic obedience? Reach out to a trainer in your area or contact us here at Happy Tails Pet Care, and we'd be happy to set you on your path to working on basic obedience with your best friend.